Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. This is Rusty 78609. We're going to do a little driving and talking about RV parks, and it just so near Tularosa and Alamogordo, New Mexico. And so I'm just going to go up here and make a turn. They've only got 20 sites. This is a small RV park, which I look for smaller RV parks because it seems like the fewer people and the fewer dogs, the less problems you have with noise and etc. You know what I mean? So that's the one on the end there. That's number 20, I think. And then you come on around, and most of these are long-termers here. You know, this RV park is like $300 a month plus utility or electricity, let me say that. And so it's going to cost you in summer, like right now, if you run the air conditioner, $400 a month, probably the same in the winter for running electric heat or whatever. But yeah, but then we're going to go, and I'm going to drive down. I'm going to try to do all of this in one video. I'm going to go down to another RV park called, what is it called? Boot Hill, and it's a resort, and it's more expensive, but they have different levels of sites. You know, like they have some that are $350 a month, and then they have some that are $600 a month, and everywhere in between. And why? Because some of them have covers and stuff, but we'll get there and then we'll talk some more about it. I got to get out of this RV park here first, and I'm holding the camera in my hand, which is not unusual because, as you can see, the dash is directly in the sunlight, and the sunlight out here in New Mexico, as most of you know that have been to New Mexico, can be brutal. It'll toast you. And so here we go. This is the entrance to the RV park. This is a gravel road. It's pretty well maintained. I mean, it's okay. And then the pavement's right up here about, I don't know, 1/8 of a mile. And so we'll see how this goes. I'd like to show you three things today. One is, two RV parks, and then I want to show you some RV sites that are for sale, where you could actually own the RV site. If I can get all three of these in one video, I will. I mean, I can, but might take a half a day. I'm not sure. I think I'm like 10 minutes from the Boot Hill RV park, which is okay, and oops, a good bump there. And then I'm about 10 minutes from the other place that I want to show you. So we'll see how this goes. It is a warm day here in Tularosa, New Mexico. I think it's about 88 right now, which, you know, is not all that hot compared to 105 in Texas or whatever. It hasn't been that hot in Texas lately, and the reason is because they've had some rain, and whenever they get a little rainy summer like this one is this year, then the temperatures in Texas will fool you. You'll think, well, golly, look, you know, we're around Dallas, Fort Worth, Houston, it's only 85 degrees. You know, we can live in that. Yeah, you can this year, and then next year it'll be 105. You know, but here we go. This is Mountain Meadows Road, a windy little road that goes over to Highway 54, which takes us to where we want to go. And you can walk this road. I did at first, but now I've found a better place to walk for exercise in the mornings. I just walk out in the desert, about 20 minutes one way and 20 minutes another way, and we're done. Because about 45 minutes is a good walk for me now. And I'm hoping that the audio is coming through reasonably well. I got the mic right, well, I've got it not far from my mouth, actually. And so we'll see how this goes. Some people say that they can't hear the sound. And it could be because of the dead cat thing. Maybe I need to take it off the mic when I do the videos, but it also does something else other than filtering out wind. It reduces the road noise somewhat. And this Chevy Spark that I'm in is the least expensive automobile you can buy in the United States. I have a 2021 Chevy Spark that cost me $12,278, delivered brand new to my RV site in Llano, Texas here. I think it was January or February whenever I got it. and it's a 5-speed manual, gets 47 miles a gallon. Right now it's showing 47.7, and I've actually checked that manually to be sure that's right, and it is. It's actually a little low. If you do it manually a few times, your average comes out a little higher, not much, but little. So let's get to the RV stuff now. Let's talk about this. Okay, whenever you're traveling in an RV and you're thinking about staying at RV parks, even if you have Good Sam or 1,000 Trails or whatever, there's all kind of special programs. So we'll kind of exclude those and just talk about the real prices of RV parks. Right now in this area, you can probably stay one night at a time, like overnight, at an RV park in this area for about $35 a night average, maybe a little more or a little less depending on where you are and the location is the key. Closer you get to touristy areas, the prices go up pretty quick. But anyway, and then so $35 a night, that is the most expensive way to stay in RV parks by far. That's nearly $1,000 a month if you did it one night at a time. The next level would be to start staying by the week, and that reduces your cost per day quite a bit, because usually they will charge you about $25 a day for 7 days, okay? And that will average somewhere around $150, $175 per week, in that range. And that's still, that's okay. That'd make you about $700 a month, everything paid. So on your weeklies and your dailies, you don't have to pay electricity. The only time you have to pay electricity is when you stay by the month, and even some of those have rates that include electricity. You'll always have to ask if your monthly rate includes electricity or not, and also ask if it doesn't include the cost of electricity, what do they charge per kilowatt hour? Because some RV parks can get a little greedy on that end. They'll come in with a low price of $300 a month, and then they'll charge you 18 to 25 cents a kilowatt hour for the usage of electricity, when they're only paying anywhere from 11 to 14 cents. So, is that a way to make extra dough? Sure it is. Now I got to cross this highway here. All right. Whenever you get older, guys, all I can tell you is whenever you're pulling out on a main highway like this, quadruple check, because what happens is your eyes don't focus as well as they did when you were a child. I know I got my finger in the way. Get the finger out of the way, Rusty. Anyway, your eyes don't focus quickly, okay? So when you take a quick look left and right, sometimes you can miss one. So just quadruple check, you'll be much better off. And anyway, back to the RVing, staying in the RV parks. Again, the least expensive way is to stay by the month. It's going to cost you anywhere from $10 to $15, $20 a night, depending on where you are, if you go stay by the month. And then, of course, you've got to add in electricity. Now, this is the RV park I'm going to next. It's right here. This is called Boot Hill. It's right off of Highway 54, and they got a lot of sites, a lot. I don't know how many, but a lot. But they have covered sites. They have the aluminum covers, and they charge more for that. And how much more? I think it depends on where you are in this RV park, because again, it's actually, I think they call it an RV resort, and usually if it has the word resort in the description, then you get, well, you have things that you may use and may not, okay? It's called Boot Hill RV Park. And you see these right here. These have the covers, so these are going to be more expensive. They also have some storage buildings over here for you full-timer, long-termers that you can put stuff in. We got to have a place to put our stuff. But you see, this guy's set up, that's a home, you see? And I got a great cover on it. He's got a shade on the side. And in this heat, that helps him a great deal, because he's having to pay electricity on top of his regular monthly bill. And there's another one, got a cover. But, You know, these covered sites, I think, are $450 or $550 a month. So you save a little bit on electricity, but you pay it all back in rent. You know, there's no way to beat capitalism. You know what I mean? So, yeah, let me get up here like this and show you these. They've also got some like tiny homes in here. Like this one right here is kind of like a tiny home, but they rent those by the month. I'm not sure what they rent them for. I would imagine these little cabins rent for probably $500 a month, which is not bad. You know, it's a little home. You know, that all that is a storage building. I've done a video of those. They take a storage building and just finish it out on the inside, and it's got a kitchen and a toilet and a shower and all the stuff. You see what I mean? So this is another level of RVing here. This is an RV resort, and you know, these out here in the middle in the direct sunlight with no cover, that's and the back ends. The pull-throughs are always a little more expensive. If you back in, you save a few dollars a month, but you know, you pay for it through inconvenience, I guess, even though you're not going to be pulling in and out every day. So let me go on out here, and then we'll go try to do one more place, and I think I'll be able to get it all in pretty easy. But yeah, right across the street from this RV spot is called McGinn's Pistachio Land. And if you like pistachios, that is the place to get pistachios. They got a big, I don't know, a whole orchard. I guess it's trees. But here's the main building and stuff right here. And they've got a little place to have where you can sit out and have parties and stuff. So here we go. Now we got to get back out across the highway again and go down the highway some more. So let's do it, Rusty. Get going here, boy. Okay. Nothing there. Okay. Now here we go up here. And I got a question I got to ask myself here. I think I got to go. I don't think I can go straight across. Can I? I'm not sure. I don't see a turn thing. Well, I'm going to go straight across as soon as this traffic clears. Sorry about the view here, or lack of view, I should say. I'm going to turn my blinker on. All right, let's go. Ooh, Rusty. Yeah, this is okay. I mean, I got a car coming right here naturally. Okay, we can go after this guy. Okay, let's go. That's a McGinn's right there, Pistachio Land, and they draw a hell of a crowd. They actually have a tour where they take you out and show you all the trees and explain how it all works. And yeah, it's pretty neat, pretty interesting. I took the tour one time and did a video about it. It's been a long time ago. But now we're going to go down to some RV sites that are for sale. You can actually buy the RV site with all the utilities in place, and they range in price from about $20,000 to $35,000. Is that a good deal? Well, it depends on what you're looking for. Well, you know, if you took let's just say you paid $30,000 for an RV site with all utilities, and you were paying yourself back at the rate of $300 a month instead of it going out in rent, you were recovering your $30,000 investment. So you got $3,600 a year. You're looking at about around 8 to 9, 10 years in that range to recover all of your investment. So, you know, it just depends on how long you're going to stay there. And then the upside of owning the property, the upside, the real upside, is that when you get through, if you decide to, you don't want it anymore, you can sell it, okay? And if you made a good investment and you paid $30,000 for it, you might be able to turn right around and sell it for 35 or 40. Who knows? Depends on how the area grows. So, you know, is it better to buy than rent? Economically, nearly every situation favors buying. Renting is throwing money away. Okay, but, you know, when you own something, then it's yours. I mean, you got all the little headaches that come with it. And I think this is it. Yeah, we turn left here. Okay. Yeah, across the highway right here at this intersection, if you turn left, there's a tiny home community going in there. And or I say tiny home, they will allow tiny homes, and I looked at those lots, and then they're around $20,000 for the lot. Okay. Yeah, what I'm talking about is right over here. There's a closed Dollar General or whatever there, and then right behind that, a guy owns he did own an RV park and these lots I'm going to show you, but he has sold the RV park and now he owns these lots, and I'll show you some of them first. They're big lots. I mean, they're like, 100 and something by 200 feet. They're big old good ones. And he's going to put a chain link fence around them and all that stuff. Okay, so right here on the right, see where that truck's parked there on the right? There is one lot right there where that truck is parked. And then in the middle of this, is there a dividing point where that pole is? Let me see if you can see it. See this aluminum pole with that trail flag and that orange flagging on it? That's the center. And then that begins the other lot. And are they expensive? Yes, they're about $30,000 in that range. And then there's two more down here. Okay, and as far as location, obviously, you're right by this highway. And I apologize for not being able to show it to you perfectly, but yeah, I'll give you the number in a minute if I can see it. You can call him and ask him. I'm not going to do anything here. And the name of this street here is Cottontail Run, and I don't know the name of the other highway. But anyway, let's go back up here and I'll see if I can't get you the phone number. But yeah, these are the lots, and he doesn't put gravel on them, even though there's gravel here. Whenever you buy the lot, he puts in all the utilities, and then you, as the owner, he'll get the gravel delivered and spread it for you, but you got to pay for it. Let me get you the phone number now. Okay, the phone number, it's 575-439-5300. All right, scratch that, 575-439-5300. Okay, and there's two lots we just drove across, and where that truck is straight ahead is two lots that are going to have all utilities and set up for an RV. Okay, so that's another way to do it. And rather than staying in an RV park, you can have your own RV spot, okay, like a home base. The advantage of one over the other depends on what you want to accomplish. In other words, if you want to be mobile, RV parks work because you can just pack up and leave anytime you want to. You know what I mean? And if you own it, you can do the same thing, but you still got some expense because even if you turn the utilities off, you're still going to have a monthly minimum for the availability of the water and electric. Now, sewer, you don't have to worry about that. Okay, this is the entrance to what used to be. This RV park is still operational, and the RV sites are $225 a month, and you can see, it's kind of, here it is over here. You can see it over here. I'll show it to you better. It's what it is. It's $225 a month. You pay the electricity. I'm not sure what he gets. Probably 18 cents a kilowatt, in that range. But those are rentals, and the same person doesn't own the RV park anymore. He sold it. So this is just another look at an RV park. Now we go up here a little farther, and I'm going to show you some more RV sites for sale. This is more of the RV park over here. He has his own water company and his own sewer stuff. I mean, it's a big operation here. But you see straight ahead, if you see that building or that metal building there with that RV under it, in that area there are more of these lots for sale. Now, I don't know how many or which ones or any of that stuff, but I'll give you the same phone number again and you can certainly ask. So let's go do this thing right quick and then we'll end the video, okay? And you'll have seen a lot about RVing and places to park, RV parks, etc. But yeah, that's a nice one, and I thought it was for sale, but it's not. It's not for sale. There is a lot next to it that I think is for sale, and there's one right here, see? And they're nice sized lots. That's Highway 54 behind you. Is that going to be a lot of road noise? Well, I don't think so, because I got out here the other day and walked around and I couldn't hardly hear the cars. All right, it wasn't that noticeable, let me say that. And then here's that same phone number, the 575-439-5300. And there's a lot there. See, it'll have all the utilities, and he'll put the fence in like he's got there, and that gravel there, that road base looking stuff, You pay for that, but he'll get it spread for you because he's got some people that do that. And if somebody wants to buy a mobile home, here's one over here for sale, 575-682-2700. But it's in the same area. And at some point, he's going to probably expand this on out down this road dead ends down here, but he's planning on going further out. How do I know all this? I talked to him for quite a while. And there's another couple of lots for sale here. There's one here and then one right next to it. And I think these are 20,000-ish, you know, in that range. Now I got to turn around. Yeah, straight ahead's where he's planning on doing some more stuff. But this part is kind of like a mobile home park plus RV park stuff. And as soon as I get turned around, I'll end the video here. But now we've seen that, and you kind of know what the deal about RV parks and lots and stuff. Now the other option you've got is just buy you a blank lot and bring in all the utilities yourself. I got to tell you, that's not as easy as it sounds. You got to get people to do things, and sometimes that is not easy. Here's a shot of those lots again. But anyway, guys, from near Alamogordo, between Alamogordo and Tularosa, New Mexico, this is Rusty78609 saying thumbs up, carpe diem, adios, bye-bye, buy anything you want anytime. But if you think about it, use the link to Amazon products in the description of all of my videos. Why? Well, because it doesn't cost you a penny to use the Amazon link. You just click on the link, go to Amazon, and buy whatever you choose, you know. And then after that, drink plenty of water, stretch, walk, keep your health. Do the best you can to keep healthy, because without it, you ain't got much. So anyway, guys, enjoy your life and stand guard at the door of your mind. Adios, amigos. Bye-bye.